What if how you saw yourself was way smaller than the reality of what you were capable of accomplishing? Stick with me a few minutes and you'll get a better glimpse. There was this young man who had been abandoned by his father. He was being raised by a single mom, and the story in his head was, my dad left me because I wasn't worthy of being loved. I'm a piece of crap. And that young man went on to get in trouble, not do well in school, smoke, drink, all the things that people do who hate themselves. And yes, if you smoke and you drink, it's because you hate yourselves. And he was getting in fights. And finally, one day, as a junior in high school, he gets suspended. And when he gets home from school, his mom is waiting at the door. She is crying her eyes out. Fortunately, the kid still had a heart, and his mom's tears affected him. And he goes, Mom, I just want you to stop crying. What do you want me to do? And she says, Son, you're headed to jail, prison, maybe even death. You've got to make something of your life. You're breaking your mom's heart. Your dad leaving had nothing to do with you. I promise. And the kid goes, All right, fine. Well, I just want you to stop crying. How do I make something of myself? And she says, You got to finish high school. You got to go to college. And he goes, All right, Mom, I'll go to college. In fact, they're giving the SAT test out at school in a couple weeks. I'll sign up. That'll be step one. You have my promise. Please stop crying. And of course, the young man went right back to doing what people do. Your life runs on patterns, people. And until you break the patterns, it ain't going to turn out any damn different. But he keeps his word and he does sign up for the SAT. He takes it, hardest test he ever took. He goes back to his old life. A couple weeks goes by, goes back home from school. There's his mom. She ain't crying this time. She looked like she had spent a week in Florida on the beaches without sunscreen. She was beat red and angry. And she said, You are a liar and a cheater. You really are headed nowhere. And he's like, Mom, why are you so mad? I did everything I said. I even took that SAT test. And she's holding up a piece of paper. You cheated. He goes, Mom, I did not cheat on that test. You can't cheat on that test. There is the test giver. There's a person who kind of walks around. I don't know what they were called. But I wanted to cheat, but I couldn't. That score, whatever it is, it's my score. Hardest thing I ever did. She could tell she had that mother intuition that he was not lying. She got so happy and she hands him the piece of paper. For those of you that took the SAT 1600s, the top line score, this kid had gotten a 1480. That's like top 1/10 of 1%. Like these people end up operating on brains, making rocket ships, all that stuff. And the kid goes, Holy shit. What if everything I thought about myself was wrong? This is like a new lease on life. And he started changing everything. He ditched the self abusive behaviors. He started reading books, listening, humble, kind, goes through his senior year, graduates high school, all of a sudden now with honors, goes off to college, graduates college, ends up starting a magazine publishing company, gets married, great husband, kid on the way, all is good. His team loves him because he had a lot of empathy from his own background. And one day he goes home from work and there's his wife waiting at the front door. You know, she's not mad and she's not crying. She's like married to the biggest stud in the whole wide world, feels like she won the lottery and gives him a big smoochie on the face. And then they sit down for dinner, big smiles, all that. And then she hands him the mail, which was the practice. And after all these years, I never turned these talks political. Sorry, train's going by. So, anyhow, the government's slow. And he had gotten a letter from the SAT people. It's been like 10 years now. They had done audits. And he opens it up. They said, Dear sir, we're conducting audits. We just wanted to let you know you didn't actually get a 1480. You got a 960. which, yeah, is still not a terrible score, but it's not very good. Probably wouldn't even get you into a community college. And the guy gets a big smile on his face, and his wife's like, you know what? And he explains the story, and he's like, man, I gotta I gotta become a speaker and teach what just happened to me to the world. So he joins a Toastmaster group, and he tells the whole story, and then at the end, and he just kind of leaves it open. Everyone comes up to him at the end and goes, "Your life really changed when you got the 1480." Wrong score. He goes, "No, my life changed when I started acting like somebody who got a 1480." What if your image of yourself is wrong? Now, you and I aren't going to get a wrong test score, but what we did get was an empty tomb with the stones removed and a God, a Jesus, that was resurrected on the third day that died for us. So, what do you suppose your life would look like if you acted like it? I make these videos to help you realize you're capable of so much more. In 1990, I dropped out of high school. I dropped out of college, excuse me. I was failing. I had a job at 3 o'clock in the morning making $6 a freaking hour, putting cereal boxes on shelves. Fortunately, I realized I was capable of a lot more and started acting like it. Now, my wife and Jennifer and I, we run a great company called Dream Leader Institute. We help people reach their full potential. Companies reach their full potential. It's dark here, but I'm looking at the Indian River. We drive around in our golf cart every day. It's fun as heck. And I just put these videos out to help other people get there because I love people and I love seeing people win, and I remember how broken I was. So that's the agenda. Hope you give us a follow and have a great God day.